We are live today I'm in a spare bedroom that's supposed to be an office that's getting recruited to be an office at some point in time.
Yeah, and
but
I am back in the basement, live, back to where we started from.
yeah,
Welcome, everybody, tonight for a very special and a final 440 and goal. Um, we'll get into that here in just a little bit. There will be some changes at the end of tonight, and like I said, we'll touch on that when we got to get there. But you know what, Ryan? Why don't we start the show how we always do?
yeah. How was it? Well, how was the weekend? Right, I had to process
Yeah, well, so the weekend, for those of you who have been following, the 440 and goal Instagram page, Facebook pages, and that sort of thing, 440 and goal took this show on the road. Me and Ryan, as well as DJ Oakley of YSN, headed down to Tampa Bay, Florida, to cover flag football, and it was a cool experience. Got to go to a big flag football facility. I think, Ryan, what was there, like 190 youth flag football teams and something like 500
that.
adult teams.
Lot of people flying around. That's for sure. Lots and lots and lots of people. Yep.
Yeah, so that was fun. We got to see some sights. We got to check out old Hulk Hogan. Got to walk in there and do that, and get some of that stuff done, and fly around, which Ryan loves to do.
Right. It's been a little while since I've been on a flight, and it's probably gonna be a little while again since I've been on a flight. So not really. I don't mind it. The takeoff and landing is the hardest part for me, but it is what it is. I'm not too big into having the feeling of your stomach in your throat, and that happens on occasion. I'm not a fan of that.
Yeah, it was. It's one of those things. I don't know if you ever get used to it. Honestly, like it's just you just kind of deal with it, and that's what it is. But we got to see some cool things. Like Baby Gronk was down there.
Yep.
The Instagram internet sensation. Love him or hate him, he's got a lot of pub.
Fake tattoos and everything. Fake, yeah.
and a rather impressive mullet to be.
Yeah,
as well.
I'll give you that. That was a good haircut. I like that haircut. I mean, it reminds me. There's a lot of kids in this area that rock that haircut now too. I'll never forget 2 years ago, Geneva's quarterback. I had it in
Ben Scabona.
Ben Scabona. I asked him what's up with the haircut, man, and he said, the mullet, it's a lifestyle. That's what the words were, and I'm guessing it is a lifestyle for most of these kids. So,
yeah, and it's funny you bring some of that stuff up. We talk about it. One of the things I think is the coolest thing about it is kind of where we started and then where we're at now. Going from a phone in the corner of the spire as Geneva takes on Madison to as we're trying to cover that great field goal game to, we're in Tampa Bay in a press box with a $1,500 camera.
Right. Rocking and rolling.
We're at the Spire. Yeah. That's another thing we could jump into too. One of the cool things we got to do a little bit outside of high school and football, for that matter. We got a chance to go over to the Spire, bringing in one of our friends and friends of the show, Rick DeWeese, to come do, as well as Jack Cafaro joining us that day too. I forgot about that. Getting a chance to really go big time production on this, and really, like, for a really big production team, which was really fun. As we went and watched Spire take on Western Reserve Academy. They play in that prep conference.
Yep. That's what you told
so
me.
It's like a post-grad year, kind of like you're fresh out of high school. It doesn't count against you, that sort of deal. But we went and got a chance to see that, and that was a fun night too. Big time dunks and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, that was a tough night controlling that camera. Those guys get up and down the court pretty quick. Lots of fun. Pound is the one that I got to give him the compliments when due. He's a high energy guy. He was getting up and down the court. He really pumped up that Spire team, which it was a close game in the second quarter. It was kind of going back and forth, but that third and fourth quarter, once Spire kind of got their footing and they were doing their thing. It was, no holds bar, and they wrecked them. It is what it is. Call it what you want. And I think it was a 30-point win, if I recall. I'm not 100% sure, but the Spire squad really put it on them. And Pounds was, a leader, as well as you interviewed him too. What's his name?
Daniel Young, baby.
I knew it was Daniel, but I wanted to say it was like Daniel Towns or something, but I was wrong. But Daniel Young, really an honor to meet that young man. Came up, got an interview with you. And he's got the physique of just a basketball player, and he could cut left, right, he just great ball handling skills. Really helped lead that team to that victory that night.
Yeah, and I think one of the cool things, and want to take this time too to send a shout out to Jeff Sparrow, Jeff Gonzalez, Keith over at Spire. Like, I'll be honest with you, through this entire journey, Spire has been nothing but amazing to us. Arms wide open, type of facility. They want to get their kids promoted. They want their facility utilized. And the truth of the matter is, it's a world-class facility too. So it's really fun to go and cover. I think, honest to God, we may have seen the best dunk that I can remember. With Pat and dunking on top of guys. It was fun. It was fun. It was definitely a great night of basketball. And one of the things I think me and you had talked about in the past was the goals of trying to get that second camera and get those different shots and doing that sort of thing. And with the addition of some equipment, we had a chance to actually do it and have a great time with it. It was funny because as I remember, as I'm calling the game, thinking to myself, like, I'm going to need a breath because these guys just never stop. And at the end of the game, hearing
can't tell if it's me or you, if we're live, or if you're frozen or not. But he was saying at the end of the game, they were just going up and down, and Sammy was doing his best to keep up with them. I think we lost Sam. I guess I'm going to do my best to freestyle this until he comes back, but usually I'm not the greatest. But yeah, like you were saying with the Spire Institute there, it's just a great facility. They got the 4 big, I think that's 4 big courts, but I think, it's closer to 6. They got 2 turned sideways up there, volleyball, a bunch of stuff up there, that available opportunity within the community here, within the community of Ashtabula County, and it's right up the road from just about everybody. So big shout out to them. We're going to give it a minute here and see if Sam comes back. He's got the itinerary that we go off of, and going to kind of go from there. There he is. I'm doing my best at freestyle, and you know how that one goes.
Yeah, listen, I've had it's been a tough night on this computer, I'll tell you. Yeah. Had to dust knock some dust off of it. That's for sure. Can you hear me still?
Yeah, oh yeah. No, you're good now. Yeah.
Okay, good. But yeah, like you were saying, it was,
you're still breaking up pretty bad, Sam.
Just
so you know, I don't know if you can hear me.
There we are.
There it is. Yep, kind of.
Better, worse, still now frozen?
You're good now. Muted. For now.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. You're good.
Sorry. We haven't done it this way in a very, very long time. Am I still there, or did I freeze out?
No, you're good.
I'm here. Okay, good. Anyway, it was just like I said, it was a super fun night with regard to that, and I had a great time with it. I know you had a great time with it. One of the things I always like getting to watch is that should do it right there. That should fix everything. Yep, should be better now. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, it was just fun to actually get to kind of push our limits and do that sort of thing and go out and cover some high level basketball. But one of the things that we talked about prior to this show in promotion of this show is that this is going to be the final 440 and goal show. And the reason that this is going to be the final 440 and goal show is you are looking at 440 and goal right here. Me and this guy over here, this guy over here are what make up 440 and goal. For those of you who don't really know about our past, 32 years of friendship, right, growing up together right over on Chestnut, off Chestnut Avenue or Chestnut, on the Chestnut side of town. And what a blessing we both have gotten to work so closely in something that we both had such a huge amount of passion for. It's something that, I you could only dream of, and that's the God's honest truth. You get to work with your best friend, your brother, every day, working towards something just great. But 440 and goal is a team, and at this point, the team has to split up. For different reasons. I'm not going to speak for him. I'll let Ryan talk about it. He's got some things that he's going to take care of, and I want him to kind of, do his part, because God knows his part of 440 and goal is bigger than I think even some of you guys realize how big a piece this guy is. So Ryan, I'm gonna drop it to you.
Yeah, let's keep it simple, keep it sweet, whatever you want to call it. As you guys know, I call Sammy the voice of 440 and goal. And I liked it that way, and I'm going to keep it that way. But so I'm going to be exiting. There's no other way to put it. So a few things have come up in my life that I won't say it won't. I can't do it, but it's going to make it very difficult to give 110% that I've always been able to give to it. The brass tacks, as a good friend of ours, Brandon Frazier, likes to say, is I got a 9-year-old, and he's involved in baseball, basketball, and football. Guess what 440 and goal covers? Plus, baseball, basketball, football, swim. We've done boxing. We've done feel like wrestling. I feel like I'm missing stuff. I don't know. We always find
swimming and
so it's been a great opportunity. It's honestly, more than anything, it's been a wonderful learning experience. I've got to meet people that I probably never would have ever met in my life. Not saying I'd never meet Jared Bunch or Matt Hatchett, but without this avenue here, I probably never shook their hand and gave them the bro hug, as I think is what it's called. But meet people, all the athletic directors in the county, wonderful people, a lot of fun to talk to on a daily basis. But we all know Sammy does all that talking. I'm the guy behind the scenes. I like to shake your hand and make things as pretty as I can. But we always used to have a saying, I'm going to pack up, you go kiss babies and pat butts or whatever it was and do your things.
Kiss babies and shake hands.
Kiss babies, shake hands. That sounds more appropriate, if I'm honest. But yeah, I mean, it's not that I don't want to do it. I'll be honest with you, there's parts of me that I don't, it's stressful. I work 40, 45 hours a week, and then 440 and goals another, 10 to 20, sometimes 30 hours. It just depends on what's going on that week. And as I said, sorry for my cough, I got a 9-year-old that's involved in everything we already covered. There's another big thing that we're getting ready to start up here too. As most of you guys know, my kid as well as Sammy's children do, but they attend St. John, and I'm gonna use my plug while I can, because I don't know how many times I'll get it after this. But St. John, we're putting together a youth tackle football program. It's full go. Sign-ups online, sjs.org or stjohnschools.org. It's there. But that's another big project that I want to get into and really be able to dive into to make sure I bring that up the right way. I do have to give a quick shout out real quick to hopefully he's watching, but Kevin Crockett. He's always been, I'll call him a mentor. I like the way he does things. And he's one that he never pushed me into it. I never told him about it. It's just I seen how he did it, and I thought, what the heck? That sounds like a good idea. Except instead of green and gold, we're going to wear some blue and white. But nonetheless, there's some other things going on in the background that I want to get done personally. I have a few other things that, over the next couple of years that I want to do. And it's not that I don't love working with my brother Sammy, because I do, but family first. And that's just the way it is and the way it will always be. And we've had our conversation. And like I said, I'm not going to keep this long drawn out. I love Sammy. He knows he knows I do. He'll always be a brother. We've been friends since we were 5 years old, and he made fun of me for having a broken leg trying to get down the Chestnut stairs. So I've known him that long, and he'll keep making fun of me, and I'll keep making fun of him. But just want to say thank you to everybody out there that showed the show support over the last 3 years. This football season was before yet, but the last 3 years, how far it's come with the combine, putting things together. Thank you guys for all your help. Without the county of Ashtabula, things like the combine or the volleyball event wouldn't be able to happen. So appreciate it. And I think that's all I got. So I think I said more there in the last 5 minutes than I have said in the last 3 years. So.
You know what? You might be right, but it is, so as Ryan explained, as different opportunities and responsibilities and those things come up, Ryan has to kind of depart from the show. And as we spoke about it, one of the things that we talked about when we started this was, something we were going to do together. We had the same idea. We were going to run toward the same goal. It was something that, yin yang, that sort of thing. So because of that, because of Ryan no longer being involved with 440 and goal in an official manner, you never know when you're going to see him pop up again. But because of that, 440 and goal as the show will depart with Ryan. It will no longer be known as the 440 and goal. We'll still be doing plenty of work in the community, and by plenty of work, I mean almost the same. I'm gonna do what I can. I can't do it without the big guy. I can tell you, it ain't gonna look as good, but I'm gonna go out of my way and make sure that I try and get as much of that stuff covered as much as we possibly can. But we'll take this time, and I'm just gonna show you. We're gonna switch the name. The name will no longer be known as 440 and goal. We will now be going as I will be known as the 440 Sports Show. And that's the period of transition. Like I said, and when I talked to him, when he talked about it, when he talked about his needing to go, it doesn't feel right to do it without him, because 440 and goal was a team, and we're a team. So we got to do a little something new. We're gonna keep it up. Coverage and stuff like that is gonna continue. As to we'll still be sending stuff to YSN, and we're going to be covering basketball games and baseball games and football and all that other good stuff. It's just going to have a little bit of a different look, maybe that sort of thing. Ryan knows, as I talked to him when we talked there, the moment, the door is always open. He may not be working at the shop anymore, but he's not turning in his keys. So he can, anytime he's available. But as anybody who is anybody who's doing as much as he is doing, God only granted us so many hours. He only granted us so many hours in a day. And it gets to be it's a grind. It's a grind. And the truth is, without getting all, choked up and sentimental, I'm happy to have done it with you. So
as am I. Draw the tears back. You'll be all right. I'll get it. Just remember, everybody out there, I want to make something abruptly clear. There ain't no beef between me and Sam. It has nothing to do with that. It's a time thing. I'll tell you what I told Sam. I got my whole life to work. I only get another 9-10 years with my kid before he does what we do now. We go into adulthood and we figure it out. He goes to college or a trade school, whatever it may be. And I love dedicating the time that I have to Ashtabula County sports. Don't get that twisted. I do. Covering, this year was a magical year with Jefferson football. Namely, I mean, they've made it further than I think anyone was. It's St. John in '76, Sammy. I think that's what it was.
Yeah, I mean, if you take into account the amount of teams that they had to beat to get there, because when St. John got in, it was only 4 teams.
Right.
It was only 4 teams that got in from each region. So, Jefferson, you talk about, probably, I don't know about you, but I know for me up to this point, it's got to be the most amazing story that we got to live.
Right. I mean, from 1976 to now, I mean, you're talking about a lifetime for some, right? For some people, I got to cover that. I got to be part of it. We had some great experiences at the Canton Football Hall of Fame, being able to be part of that up in the broadcast booth. That we were told Joe Buck and I don't know the other guy, but is up there
Aikman.
covering. Yeah, Aikman, that's right. I do know him, but up there covering. There's been a lot of wonderful experience that I always treasure for however long. I don't know. You never know. This could be going on in a decade, and I might be back in a decade. I don't know. I never. The old say, one door, door closes, a window opens. Door's not really totally closed, but right now there's another door that's full wide open, and I have to do what I have to do and what I think is appropriate. And being part of that is what I want to do and dedicate my time to. But again, like I said, Ashtabula County sports keep going. I mean, everything in Ashtabula County has an upward trajectory. Nothing's going down. Everything's going up. There's so much opportunity for the youth in this county. And I'm glad that I could be part of, the scholarships that we put together. I'm glad that I'm part of the Football Hall of Fame induction, the basketball inductions. It's been a wonderful experience to be able to see that. And, I said earlier the athletic directors, but let me make it clear, thank you coaches as well, because if you didn't want us, that's a quick phone call to the athletic director to say they ain't coming. That's just what that is. So thank you to all the coaches, baseball, basketball, swim, football, track, whatever it may have been, thank you. I appreciate it. But like I said, sorry, I've had this for about a month and I can't get rid of it. I probably should go to the doctor, like my wife says. But I just want to thank everybody. And I love the new logo. Let's see. I got to see. I can't see it. Our pictures are in the.
There you go. Listen, I was trying to get it to load up. I couldn't get it to work. That's another thing. We always, the running joke was I did all the talking. Ryan did all the plugs, and there's nobody better. There's nobody better out there. I'll tell you that.
Appreciate that.
But yeah, so before I get all, teary-eyed and all that good stuff again, other than the Jefferson ride, what are you going to say? What is the favorite play, whatever? What's the favorite moment outside of that?
I still genuinely looking back at it, how it all started was my favorite was right at the beginning when we looked at each other and we're like, well, how are we going to cover Madison versus Geneva? And we just walked in. I don't know how to say it. We're sitting there with, listen, I ordered these lapel microphones. They were about $8.99 and they split into two. With this phone, I still use the phone to this day. I probably should get a new one, but that costs money. That phone right there. And yes, it's an Android to all the folks out there. But split it, the lapel mic, he had one, I had one, and I'm doing my best holding this camera as Geneva, I'm terrible with names, and I apologize. The kicker,
Ethan Yost.
I should know that Yost is the most. Sammy's nickname 101, but they just me and him are there, and we're going bonkers when he kicks his field goal and makes it. And we even put up. I remember we put up a canopy because we felt it was going to be more legit. We were like, let's just put a canopy up. It didn't even match anything we had. We're walking in.
No, it was bright blue.
Your wife printed. I wish I wore the shirt yesterday as an undershirt. The original 440 and goal shirt was a field goal post with 440 in goal on the bottom. And we walked in, and I bought these coats at Walmart. They were on clearance for like $10 each, and Jess put the logo on there, so it legitimizes us, I guess. It was just the greatest. That was my favorite. I mean, there's been a lot of great sports moments, but for me as a whole in this business and what it's come to, that was my favorite moment. We went in there, we were totally blind, had no idea what we were doing. And we just said, send it. It is what it is. Like, it's going to be terrible or great. And I think it was, I mean, to be honest with you, looking back at that game footage, that was terrible. But, but we did it though. And I guess,
yeah, I think it was the jubilation of getting that cover. That's a special story. It was something that
I gotta say though, one thing that I've learned from this, and I don't know if there's any youth watching. Unfortunately, I can't see any comments or anything who's watching. But one thing with youth, man, do me a favor, all the young kids out there. I guess it doesn't really matter your age, but when you want to try something, just go for it. Don't hold back. Don't question it. Just go. You're gonna fail. And like I tell my son now, and if he was up here with me, I'd say it to him because he'd repeat it. But it's not about how many times you fail. It's about how many times you get back up. Sammy and I, we failed a lot going through this. We really did. I mean, oodles and oodles of times did we fail. So youth out there that are watching this, especially the youth, just try it. Give it a go. Make it, an educated choice and give it hell. There ain't no other way to put it. Give it hell and send it. Sorry. Now you can go.
I mean, listen, I can't make it any better than that. I mean, it was something that, it was something we started and it was, you had to talk me into it.
Yep.
And that'll always remain true. And I think my favorite part of our journey together is the constant push forward.
Yeah.
The constant, as doors closed, we looked to check for side doors. And as, as people said, you can't do it, we figured a way to do it. And a lot of that innovation, if not a very large portion of that innovation, comes from this guy right here. Whereas, he was a pusher. He's a pusher. He's a guy that wants to figure out how to keep stuff going, and an innovator. And while he might not be as vocal as I am, and all that stuff, he was, still is, always will be a huge, huge portion and a reason why all the successes, that we got happened. So I don't know, man. I think that's all I got. I do want to remind people, I will be continuing. Yep. Coverage. So it'll be just a one-man team. Maybe sometimes I can talk one of the guys who's watching right now into running the camera, that sort of thing. So we're still going to get you. Ashtabula is still going to get covered. It's just going to be by me without Ryan. And I'll do my very best to try and keep that flavor and the level that we did. There's no way to replace this guy right here, but I'll do my very best to continue on that path. I don't know that I got anything left to say, Ryan. How about you?
Yeah, well, like I told you on our way back from Akron, we had a great heart-to-heart. We landed in Tampa, from Tampa, or where were we? Chicago or layover, whatever it was. But we landed and got in the car. And, we had our discussion. I let you know my feelings of it. But the other thing I told you too, Sam, and I still full-heartedly believe it, you're going to be great at this. Don't stop because I have to stop. You'll find a way to go through the mud, just like the way we've continued doing it. So I want to wish you the best of luck. I love you, man. I always will, always have. Even though I guess we're not working together, we still have each other's numbers. So text, call, that kind of stuff. But, I wish you the best of luck. But I know you don't even really need the wish of luck because I know the best of luck. I know you enough. You're going to continue on it. It's going to be a grind, and you'll figure it out. There's going to be a day you're going to have 20 people, covering all the games in Ashtabula County. I know you enough. It will happen. That will. So I have no doubt in my mind, and you shouldn't have any doubt in your mind, and anyone out there watching shouldn't have any doubt. That's what's going to happen because he wants it to happen. And when you want something to happen and you fight for it enough, it will happen. Again, youth, go for it. Have fun. Do your thing. That's all I got.
Listen, I can't say anything better than that, man. So, ladies and gentlemen, for the final time, 4-4 on goal, out the door.
See ya. Enjoy your evening, guys.